Hey, chat. There's some more beef on the YouTube streets, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been hearing a whole bunch of clips about Raud and Zoe Spencer and shit like that. So I'm finna check up on these. I'm a little late, but better late than never. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know what's really going on though. So y'all give me a like, subscribe, comment. Y'all let me know what we're reacting to next. You feel me? Subscribe, man.
On this channel, we are all about the redemption arc. We love to see somebody go down a path where they are doing all these sorts of messed up things, get the criticism from the online community, and then change their whole identity around. That's why when I saw Zoe Spencer crying on camera the other day, I really felt for her. I was ready to open up my heart.
I feel like I climb, and then I fall. It's like, nigga, I put my back, my feet, my neck, my eyes, and everything into it. God, I really just don't know if I want to like I don't know if I want to continue.
Just as I was writing up a script to talk about why we as a community should maybe give Zoe Spencer another opportunity and shot, understanding all of the things that she's done in the past, two clips came across my timeline that made me do select, all, delete, and rewrite the whole thing, because it seems as though he hasn't learned anything.
Do y'all notice that everything that y'all complain about me that I do, the motherfuckers do it? If y'all would notice and just sit and just shut the fuck up and just look, everybody do exactly what the fuck I be doing. Do y'all not see that? I was the only motherfucker up here biting. Now Talil is biting people's heads off their body.
And so while Zoe Spencer on one hand is crying about how this industry is so hard, she has to work 10 times harder, it seems as though he falls back into the same antics and situations that most likely got her into this. And for whatever reason, she continues to miss a big lesson that keeps her from being this name and face in this industry that she so desires to be in. And it's a lesson that we're going to break down yet again for her. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's going to go a long way for the channel. If you just love some unemployed drama, I do. Now, back into the video.
I'm so what's the word? I'm tired. Everybody just always thinks that everything's just all fine.
The streaming/content creation industry can be mentally taxing. It's very fickle. It's not very rewarding some of the times. And if you are somebody like Zoe Spencer who has saw their viewership drop from one year to the next, you can be scrambling and finding yourself in a similar situation, crying in the shower, trying to figure out what's going on. If you look at her numbers, 2025 on the left and 2026 on the right, it might spell out exactly why she is crying the way she is crying. Hell, being down around 1,000 live viewers from one year to the next would have me in the shower too. And I think the timing of it all is quite interesting. One, Kai Cenat rejoined the internet and is basically back to his old self, single before the girlfriend, not just doing that type of content, but also, you know, saying that there were situations in which he was wrong and which he grew. And then also Streaming University 2 passing by, and there's a big name who we were talking about just a year ago or two that has not been included in any of that, and that's Zoe Spencer. Mind you, this would be the second year in a row that she gets left out.
But I ain't gonna lie, chat. I ain't never try to count nobody out. You know what I'm saying? Your time is gonna come. You feel me? Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But for real though, you could say that, but you know what I'm saying? You just need your core fans and shit. That's really all you really need for real, gang. You know what I'm saying? If you in love with your craft, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Shout is over.
Of the coolest party on streaming.
No, I did not get into the Streamer University. I did apply. Obviously, I'm seeing who got in. At first, I wasn't going to be upset. I feel like one of the friends in the friend group, and that one friend didn't get invited to the party. All of them.
Job Corps is a program where they'll give you free residency.
All of the man's like, you're not coming? No.
Back Back then, she felt like she was left out of the cool kids circle, one that was ever so elusive to get into, but now she is on the outside looking in. And I think the worst of it all is that she doesn't feel like it's because of her content, but she feels like it's more of a personal thing. Ultimately, this will become some reoccurring feeling for Zoe Spencer. She wants acceptance from a specific group or a circle of people, but ultimately they don't want her. Being left out appears to be affecting her deeply, not just on the side of the content where she is seeing collaborations go by and the viewership dwindle, but also internally, honestly. All in all, Zoe Spencer feels blackballed from the industry. But I think that this is where things are a little bit wrong. Exclusion doesn't automatically mean some sort of blackballing. And if there was some sort of real and internal reflection, she probably would come to a better conclusion than this. And you'd think that that would come with the year's hiatus from these people, but here we are again in the big 2026, in which Zoe Spencer is looking at anybody and everybody and saying they are doing the exact same thing that she's doing, but not facing the same criticisms.
Everybody do exactly what the I be doing. Do y'all not see that? I was the only motherfucker up here biting. Now Talil is biting people's heads off their body.
I don't know, man. It just still seems like the mark is missed. Zoe came to the internet
Talil
trying to
biting
ask
people's
a
heads?
simple question. She's asking why is it that she sees content creators like Talil do the exact same things that she did, but ultimately not get the same sort of grievance or flack that she does. She's asking why viewers would enjoy it. She's saying what specifically about him, and I'm saying him being Talil specifically because one, she named him in the video, and then two, there was another recent video that came out where she seemingly had a interaction or run into with another streamer, Dez, while he was with streamer Talil, and she gave Talil the cold shoulder. It was kind of loud, to be honest with you.
So right here.
I'm just so happy for you.
I'm just gonna go for a drink on.
I missed you. How are you?
She acted like she had a problem with me. It's this content.
Yeah, I can see why she was acting that way if ultimately she had some sort of problem with him and the content that he's putting out there on social media not getting that same backlash. And to be fair to Zoe Spencer, I can even acknowledge what she's saying to be somewhat true. The internet can have double standards. Hell, everybody has double standards. And I think that popularity does affect who gives or gets grace in all of these situations.
The little see when Soluminati, when he did that video about Zoe Spencer and shit like that, you know, the reason why the video was a little big and then just like, it's because like girls not really supposed to do stuff like that, you know. So that's really all, you feel me? Like the deep voice thing, that's like a little character for you, but the biting hair and stuff like that, I ain't know Talil was on shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was doing that yet. You feel me? But like you said, he's in the cool kids, so it's like they gonna look at it different. You feel me? Especially if they got the big audience and shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like she said though, like, why y'all still trying to blackball me? And when I've been doing the same content for years, you feel me? It's like, is y'all gonna blackball him? Because I was doing that too, and y'all just blackballing me. And then they was all friends and cool at the same time, you feel me? It's like, yeah, you know, like, once Kai said he didn't want to work with her no more, it's like, yeah, I guess she feeling like all fries, no more Zoe, you know. But I ain't gonna lie though, fool. I wanna say that's wrong, but it's wrong though. You feel me? Like, it's gonna be double standards and shit all the time for men, but you gotta keep that same energy though.
We've been existing on the internet for a long time, and we all know that, hey, just because one person does something and another person does the exact same thing or something similar doesn't mean that the reception of it is going to be the same. I know it may not seem fair on surface, but I don't even think that that's just the internet thing. I think that that's a life thing. But like my mama used to tell me, if the other kids jump off of a bridge, does that mean that you're gonna do it? I'm not worried about those other people that are not in my house. I'm worried about the people that are in my house. My POV, I think Zoe Spencer is just oversimplifying the backlash that she got. People don't just dislike her over cringeworthy content. I think the biting and the yelling and all that stuff is just a cherry on top. Need I remind?
Maybe his fans don't really like it, or maybe the fans do like it. You know what I'm saying? Even if they still giving respect on Zoe, then it's like maybe she ain't gonna stop. But maybe it's like some of the stuff she does, maybe she just need to change it up a little bit. You feel me? I ain't really seen nothing bad about it because, like I said, you feel me? Like, she started doing the shit. When I started watching her videos and shit, I want to say she really do that. But like when she be around like a real nigga, like my nigga Peasy, you know what I'm saying? OMB Peasy or something like that. You feel me? Like he brought a different side of Zoe out. You feel me? And I used to see that shit. You know, she get a little more feminine and shit around niggas and shit. She don't really bring that shit out. You feel me? Maybe she only do that for other content creators and shit like that. Like, but I don't know though, you know? So.
Her, and need I remind everybody watching about the Saeed situation where Silky's assistant was held down and inappropriately touched on by Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer?
Oh, no. I don't think he wants to.
That plus the biting and the other consistent and persistent boundary pushing that she has displayed against other streamers would probably
Nina
be,
Lynn,
if I just had to guess,
I ain't gonna lie, that girl Nina Lynn though, but she right there, she's something. I ain't gonna lie, she's something.
Why a lot of people are off of Zoe Spencer.
W3, I got y'all dude. You have to start sucking big now.
I did him for my raindrop. I am the sea. With you and God with
Nigga, don't talk about dog.
you, nigga.
Literally just got here.
What you talking about?
And her trying to use an incident in which Khalil was having an issue with his Clover housemates, his other content creator housemates, where in the bigger picture he was trying to teach a lesson with the context of it all, then I don't think that that's like the right way to go about doing this. And it's actually very dismissive of the issues that people have with her. And sure, if maybe she was making a grander indictment about streaming as a whole and was talking about how I just see a bunch of streamers doing this disrespectful and disgusting stuff, and ultimately from her POV it's not a fair treatment, but she's giving a fair warning to the people that are doing this, that their content journey could end up like hers, I think that would have been beautiful. But the reality is that Zoe still appears to be focused on the unfair treatment as opposed to the impact of what she did. And the clearest example of her doing this boundary pushing gimmick that we continue to see and that had her on the hot seat in the first place is a situation where streamer Raud got involved after giving one meaningless, harmless opinion about Zoe Spencer that turned into her saying some of the most outrageous things to him, specifically about his deceased mother.
Now, in the clip, it's me in Jamaica. I'm talking to Beans, and somebody said her name, and they was like, yo, she's funnier than Reggie. I said, nah, I don't think she's funnier than Reggie. I said, she's funny, but not funnier than Reggie. I got a text today from Zoe, and this was her response to me. You are a dick rider ass nigga. 5 feet ass little ass. Not entertaining ass nigga. I can also say this to your face too, but I haven't seen you, so I'm gonna send it to you directly. I don't like you. Don't talk about me. I didn't say f her. I didn't say, yeah, I'm glad this happened to her. I didn't say none of that. I responded and said, you are mad as shit. You mad I said you funny, but you not as funny? KYS, YB. Yeah, she gonna say, oh, kill myself? Do you think you should be saying dark stuff like that? Don't you have a dead in your family? I said, you can say whatever you want. It's not gonna hurt me.
Ultimately, this was just an opinion about which streamer that someone...
Nah, Zoe. See, we didn't see the text message, but I ain't gonna say she really said that, but nah, don't speak on nobody's mama, especially a past mama. You know what I'm saying? That's mama, that's OC. You know? Yeah, that's just her opinion right there. Like she said, she's funny, but she ain't funnier than Reggie. Like, that's just really her opinion, you know? Or just me some more. It might be some build up shit, build up tension or something like that. But we don't know, cause I don't know. Feel me? But damn, don't speak on. You speak on people mamas. I don't know though. I'm gonna have to see her response.
somebody thinks is funnier than the other. Now, I did have to go back and try to find if there was more said. Hey, maybe streamer Raud was downplaying the situation. Maybe he said more during the initial interaction engagement than he's letting us on to believe.
Zoe and Reg on the same level as far as funny?
Actually, both the same stuff.
Hell no.
No. Where they are.
And maybe Zoe felt like the laughs of it all were a little bit too much, but ultimately, nothing that he said warranted her saying slurs or calling out his deceased mother. I mean, you can't tell somebody how to retaliate to something that they find to be disrespectful, but we can at least have opinions on the proportionality of it all. And I would say that Zoe just went way out of bounds with this whole thing. But ultimately, that is like the life and career of Zoe Spencer, is that she is meeting these things with over-the-topness that makes people feel uncomfortable or not wanting to participate in doing some sort of content with her. But in his monologue, Raud brings up an extremely interesting point that challenges the first video that I opened this video with, in which Zoe Spencer was crying about this industry being so hard and her being blackballed.
Then you keep telling niggas you blackballed. How you blackballed? Because a select group of 10 niggas won't let you in their content. You went to BET Awards. You're not blackballed. You got your own shit going on. How are you blackballed? You're making money, big dog.
He's absolutely right. Zoe Spencer has this new show coming out on OWN where she's doing makeup and describing different situations. She's been to the BET Awards. She's had a bunch of different collabs. I think she's been in some short films. But ultimately, she still has this yearning to be a part of an industry that just doesn't like her. And not even necessarily an industry as a whole, but a subsection of the internet that just doesn't like her. And part of the reason why that industry just doesn't like her, that section of that industry doesn't like her, is because of things just like this. When she goes to the internet and she cries victim, but then ultimately she, in a disproportionate way, goes at streamer Raud. When she has the opportunity to make amends and be pretty cordial and calm with the same people that she's looking to be in contact with, but gives Tylil the cold shoulder, only to go to the internet later and try to play this.
Low key though, it's like, yeah, you can't really make more enemies if you on some pushing positivity and shit like that, you know. Who knows though, bro? You know, it must be some shit in the closet that we don't really know about. You feel like she said she was on the BET Awards, like that's OC. You know, even though people don't really watch that no more, that's still a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Just even getting an invite to come over and pull up, that's OC, you know? Like, you still got your own shit going on. You obviously got your own shit going on still, you know? So, you don't even gotta worry about that for real.
This game of like, hey, I did it, but he did it too, so why aren't people calling him out, avoiding accountability in these situations? Ultimately, what she wants is acceptance from a group of people, but the reactions to these things explain why the acceptance has disappeared completely, in my opinion. Now, for what it's worth, I do think that Zoe Spencer's exhaustion and crying moment and vulnerability on the internet was real, and it can be 100% completely accurate if you take away any sort of explanation. I do believe that it can be exhausting putting out content as a creator. As somebody who's doing it right now, sometimes I'll be burnt out. I ain't gonna lie. So I'll be going through them stretches where I won't be uploading. And at the same time, I do feel like it is hard to go from, 13,000 live viewers on average in 2025, all the way down to 300 average live viewers. That's gotta be tough. And so yes, her burnout does deserve empathy, but her behavior still deserves some accountability. Working hard doesn't just entitle you to every single opportunity, and lost relationships are not always proof of being blackballed. You can't demand recognition while still repeating this damaging behavior. All in all, if she can't move past this group of people that don't want her, or even just move with a little bit more accountability and don't fall back into these actions, Zoe Spencer will find herself on this perpetual wheel of losing subscribers, people trying to be cordial with her, okay with her, and she just like blaming the internet for the reasons why these losses keep happening, and ultimately just continuing to be somebody that people just don't want to be around. And for what it's worth, I think we've seen worse people be be reintegrated into society. Hell, her counterpart in that whole situation when it came to Saeed has still been integrated. And granted, you know, Nina Lynn might have not had this interaction with Kai Cenat and the rest of the guys directly, but ultimately there's still a place and space for Zoe Spencer to exist when it comes to streaming and this side of the WL community. The reality is that she's not making it easy for anybody, and I do mean anybody, to re-ingrain her into the mix.
I was down, but now I'm
Nah, facts though. I ain't gonna lie though. Your core audience gonna always be there. You know what I'm saying? But making all them enemies and shit while you still trying to grind, that's not a good combination. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna try to find some clips and shit that I read to about this again, bro. And let me know.